What's going on, guys? Alex here with 814 EDC, and today I'm ready to do my full review on the Kubey KU2104, I believe. This is the newest of Colin Masonpierre's designs with Kubey. But before we get into the knife, you guys can probably see and probably tell that this is a brand new filming area for me. It's not really a brand new one because some of the reviews I've done on that wall over there in my room, but this is my room. You guys can see in the background I'm a huge I'm looking off my watch to make sure everything looks okay, but huge Pittsburgh sports fan. You can see I have the Penguins and all kinds of memorabilia on my walls, so I'm hoping this looks okay for you guys. I have a huge window here pointed out to the front of my house that I have like the blinds halfway down because I had all the way up before I started filming, and it just like was too much light. So I'm hoping with that and then the lamp, and I hope the light's okay for you guys, what I'm saying. But I've been home from school for 3 weeks, almost a month now. Not a full month, but between 2 and 3 or so weeks. And I had a dresser where I'm sitting at right now, but now I have my desk in here because you guys know I'm still doing school till August. So I wanted, to bring my desk home from my apartment at school to be able to, do homework and to have a space that I can sit and do work at. But I've kind of made it like my little workspace area because I have my TV sitting like behind my phone, so I can, watch YouTube, watch Netflix, all that stuff. I have my PlayStation hooked up, so I can, it's my homework station, my video station, my watching YouTube station, my playing video game station. I really like how I have it set up here, and I'm hoping it's okay for you guys because this is where I'll probably do a lot of my videos, from now on, unless I'll probably still do some outside, but on the watch, because I can see what what the phone's looking at right now. I think it looks okay. Like I said, it has a lot of natural light, and I have 2 lamps on right now. So, if it doesn't look okay, drop a comment down below and let me know, because I can switch stuff up and, try to make it a little bit better. But I really like how I have it right now, and it's easier, and I don't have to like move stuff around and whatnot. So hopefully it works and looks good for you guys. But back to the original part and, reason for this video. I'm ready to do my full review, like I said, on the KU2104. This is Colin Masonpierre, or CM Knife Designs' newest and most recent design with Kubey. And this thing is absolutely a home run, guys. I love this knife. You can see and tell, or if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know that I have the Royal, the KU321, I think is the number on this. This is also one of Colin's designs. These are the only 2 that I have by him, but he has, I believe, 1 other Kubey and then a couple Tucson, or 1 Tucson, I think. But I love the Royal. It's a phenomenal knife as well. And I think, I don't know, I like that knife a lot, but this one might take the cake just a little bit higher for his favorite designs and stuff like that. But we'll have to see. I don't know. It's a good knife, guys. So you guys can obviously see, jumping right into materials, this is in the OD green pattern with a dark stone wash, which is really, really nice. You guys can see the Kubey logo right there. Trying to fight the reflections. And then there is Colin's maker's mark, excuse me. And this is in 14C28N, which is a really big upgrade, in my opinion, over the Royal, because the Royal was in D2, and I have no really gripes with D2, but 14C28N, in my opinion, is just such a better budget blade, or budget steel now. Just all around, I've had really, really good experiences with it, so it's kind of my favorite budget steel. But the blade shape on it, I believe Kevin called this like the Masonpierre, because it's kind of like a spear point, drop point with some belly going on. It's very unique. It has a Choil right here, as you guys can see, but it kind of is upswept. But the overall knife aesthetic looks really, really good. I love the color combo of the OD green with the black wash. You have a loop over style deep carry clip on here that doesn't sit very proud of the knife. The only thing I will kind of complain on it is there aren't nested liners, which I would have loved to see. And it is a little bit chunky and a little heavy for what it is, but not at all like terrible to where you're going to be like, I hate this knife because of it. At least in my opinion, you're not going to. Some jimping up top here. The grind is a flat grind. It comes down to a pretty thin behind the edge. And the blade stock is not thick, but not thin. It's kind of somewhere in the middle there. I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but in my brain it does. This is a liner lock. has some jimping, and there is skeletonization or internal milling going on both scales, or both liners, excuse me. So without that, this knife would be even heavier, but the overall thickness is, you know, you kind of look at it and you think that it's thick, but then when you pick it up and you put it, you know, feel it in your hand and get a good grip on it, it feels good. It kind of fills your hand out really well. And I've really grown to enjoy how this feels in my hand. And I never really had, like, once I got used to carrying it and fidgeting with it and, you know, just got more comfortable with the knife, I never once thought that it was, you know, kind of heavy and, you know, burdensome and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't think I'm missing anything from materials. Oh, it is on bearings. I always tend to forget that. This knife is on bearings, so it's very smooth, very fidget friendly. But yeah, some other colors that it comes in, I believe it comes in a black G10, a like grayish blue G10, a jade G10 maybe, and then there's a tannish brownish G10, I want to say. I'm not 100% sure. I bought this off of Knife Global, so I will leave the link to this one directly down below in the description. That if you use that link, excuse me, it'll take you to the knives, or this one, and it'll show you all the different variants and stuff like that. I apologize, I haven't filmed in like a week and a half or so I'm a little rusty, but yeah, I don't think there's anything else for materials that I'm missing, so we'll jump right into action. So this has a hole for deployment, and it has a top flipper, front flipper type of thing, which works phenomenally well. I love how intuitive it is and how just, you know, easy it is. We'll start out with the thumb flick. The thumb flick's, you know, kind of hard because you have to kind of dig your thumb down into that hole right there. It's very doable, but you have to get kind of used to it. And you kind of, instead of going up with it, I did it right there, but you almost have to go more like out. If you guys have had knives with holes for deployment that are kind of narrower and, you know, sunk into like the scale, you know what I'm talking about, how you have to kind of push out and up with it for it to fire. You can push kind of straight if you get used to the knife, but I've tended to just kind of push out with it and it fires every time. But I'm not thumb flicking this knife very often at all. The real 2 stars for me, or shining stars for me, are the thumb flick. Fires right out of there. Very, very good. You guys can see it's dropping to my nail, and it's so smooth, guys. It is so smooth. And it will even drop, shake once, and it's down. But the middle finger flick is really pleasant, really fun to do. Fires out very hard. And then you have this top flipper, which works almost like a Zippo. You just pull it and then drag back, and you have so much area up here. You can land up front and do it. You can land on the back, kind of do it. Okay, I take that back. I guess in the very back you can do it, but it's not as intuitive. But really anywhere else, it's so easy just to grab and pull back. You can do it with your pointer finger very easily. You can do that kind of thing where it's like it rolls. Well, if you get your thumb out of the way, as I fail it 3 times in a row, 4 or 5 times in a row. There we go. 5th time's the charm. But action is just really well done. It's dead centered. There is no blade play. There was a little bit after I got the knife. Sorry if my nose is real itchy. There was a little bit of blade play after I got the knife, and I fidgeted with it a ton, but I just tightened down the pivot, and I've had, you know, no issues whatsoever since then. It's so smooth. Kubey really has opened my eyes to making good budget knives, because for the longest time I think Civivi was kind of the budget king, and I still think that they're a very, you know, prevalent player in the budget world, and I've only had this Kubey as well as the Royal over there, so I haven't experienced all of them. But from what I could tell, they really are just doing a very good job at producing, you know, great actions with good materials and just all around good knives. And I really have enjoyed them. I think Kevin is getting some Kubey's Kubey's making some prototypes of his for his and Colin's newer budget knife that they're coming out with for Devo knives, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, action is just bonkers. It's just drop shut, feels great, and very, very happy with this. And I think the action might be a little bit better on this than the Royal. The Royal is really good too, but this just seems a little bit smoother. And having that, I really like this top flipper over. So this is a basic front flipper, and it's very easy too. Once you get used to it, you kind of just lay it on the top in the corner and bang it open. And the front flip's good on this as well. And it's very smooth too, but I just think this might be a little bit heavier. And it's just a little bit smoother, and I prefer the top flipper, front flipper, you know, sort of design on this one a little bit better. It's just easier. But that's not to knock the Royal at all. It's still a phenomenal knife. But yeah, action is 2 thumbs up for me. So next up is Ergos. Ergos, when you have this choil here, are just great. I mean, again, it's a little bit thicker, a little bit chunkier of a knife, but they just feel so, I mean, you really can't tell how thick it is when you get it in hand. It feels great. It kind of sucks in, and I can get all 4 fingers on the knife without choking up like this, and still have a little bit of room left, as you guys can see. And then this choil isn't super big by any means. Like it's kind of a half choil almost, but I can still get, you know, all of my finger up here, and I'm still, you know, I'm kind of just resting on the edge of the blade, but I'm not in any, like, you know, I don't think I'm scared of, what am I trying to say? I'm not scared of like sliding onto the blade or anything like that, so that's nothing to worry about. Yeah, really, one thing about the Royal, I guess I'll give it credits to, is the G10 is kind of contoured, and you guys can see that right there. It just has nice contouring and milling and stuff like that, to where this is just basically slabs of G10. It has a really good, you know, grip and pattern on it, but I really would have liked to seen, like I said, them inset the liners into the scales and maybe make it a little bit contoured. I think it would have made it a lot more comfortable than it already is, but that's not to say that it's uncomfortable at all, because it really is, you know, good in the hand. It feels the hand out very well, excuse me. The pot clip doesn't stand out very proud at all. It's nice and, you know, slim and thin to the knife. So really, like, even choke back here, you can feel it, but it's not causing a hot spot whatsoever. And then when you choke up, you slide a little bit farther up on the clip, and you can't feel it super, or you can't feel it. You can feel it even less, what I'm trying to say, guys. I apologize. This is a very all over the place video. But yeah, Ergos are great, very comfortable. Choil is awesome if you're going to do really precise, you know, kind of cuts where you have to be more careful with stuff. And I don't want to talk to Siri right now. Ergos are fantastic. Is you know, action's great. Ergos are great. Next up is carry, and I will say carry is very, very good, but again, it's a little bit heavy, so you can feel it sometimes in your pocket. Like the one day I had it in, you know, obviously I'm wearing gym shorts, so I can't really compare to wearing like jeans or like khaki shorts with a belt. Obviously those two things are going to be more stronger and more rigid to hold things up and stuff like that. But I did have this in gym shorts, and I could feel it a little bit kind of moving around in my pocket. It felt a little bit weighty, but when I've carried it with jeans, when I've carried it with pants, with shorts that have a belt and stuff like that, haven't felt it at all. Feels really, really good in the pocket. It's a nice size. Like, it's very compact. This is like, I think like a little under a 3-inch blade, so it's not a huge knife, but it's nice and compact. Sits in the pocket. You have nothing here to worry about, no flipper tab or anything like that. And the G10, although it's not contoured and the scales are not inset, they're all rounded off nicely. There's no hot spots, anything like that. Just sits. It feels very comfortable in the pocket. Again, with gym shorts, you might feel it a little bit, but that's kind of a given if you're wearing gym shorts with any sort of knife that's not like a bug out or something super lightweight. You know what I mean? But I've had no issues. It is also reversible, so you lefties out there can rejoice. Carry it that way. But yeah, carry, I've had no issues. Like I said, could be a tad bit lighter, but again, I don't think that's a huge knock to the knife. I think that once you get it in hand and once you get used to carrying it, you're not going to care at all. So that leads me to my final category of price point and what I recommend this knife. So I just checked Knife Global's website prior to this video because I forgot what the number was, if I'm being completely honest, but they are going for $56, which is what I bought it for. And at the time, I think I got some sort of like 20% off sale, because on Amazon and the original price on Knife Global was $70. Same with Amazon. So I don't know if they just happened to, change the price, or if that was like the MSRP price and the retail price was $56. But for 56 bucks, I think this is an absolute steal. You're getting G10, really fidget friendly with, multiple ways of deploying the knife. Very fun to play with, very usable, very comfortable in hand. The blade shape, got some gunk on it, is very, it's different, but it's very usable. I've cut, the cardboard, typical stuff for me. Again, you guys know I'm not a huge, workhorse with my knives. I think I've carried this to work once. I've carried this on my security patrol when I worked, when I was back at school as a security officer. Multiple times it, did everything I needed to do there, which is basically open packages, cut tape, cut some cardboard, stuff like that. So it excels in those situations. And I really, like I said, 56 bucks for that. You're getting 14C28N, excuse me, and G10 with a hole, a top flipper, a nice deep carry loop over style pocket clip for 56 bucks. And I think free shipping too. So to me, that is just a great deal. I really don't know how you could get much better than that. Again, maybe they could contour the scales, inset the liners in the scales and stuff like that. But if you think about it, like you're getting the Royal, I think is right at 50 bucks, between 50 and 60. And yes, you're getting the nicer scales that are contoured and milled and have the inset liners and stuff like that. But you're getting D2 on this to where you're getting 14C28N on that. I cannot talk today, guys. I apologize. So you're getting not as nice scales on this as compared to the Royal, but you're getting a better blade steel on this as compared to the Royal. So I think that there's things you just have to kind of take into consideration and, take with a grain of salt. And I think both knives are phenomenal values. But for 56 bucks, again, G10, hole for deployment, top flipper, front flipper, combo, loop over style deep carry clip, on bearings with just a great action. This thing is a fidget monster, and like I said, I would hands down recommend it to anybody. I really like Colin's designs. Like I said, I haven't gotten all of them, but the ones that I have really liked are these two, and I pulled the trigger on them. And I am really excited to see what him and Kevin are going to be coming up with the Devo Knives brand and everything like that. I have the Stout on pre-order, which I'm really excited for it to come in at the end of the year. And yeah, so again, I will leave a link to knifeglobal.com for this. They have all of them in stock from what I could see. You could also check Amazon. I won't leave a link to Amazon because that's not where I bought it from, but they might have them on sale. I don't know if White Mountain does or not, but you can always check there. But if you're wanting a direct link, I will leave it to knifeglobal.com in the description down below. So that's all for today, guys. Again, this was a full review of the Kubey KU2104, the newest CM Knife Designs collaboration with Kubey. Absolutely phenomenal knife. Really, really enjoy it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I apologize. This one was kind of rough. I feel like I stuttered a lot and, just kind of struggled a little bit, but that's okay. You guys know sometimes when I'm not in like a filming mode, when I go kind of different periods or time periods, again, I can't talk right now. When I go longer time periods without filming, I'm not, super as easy in front of the camera, I should say. There's some things I forget and whatnot, but I know you guys you struggle through it with me, and I really do appreciate that. I really love each and every one of you. Leave a comment down below. Have you guys tried this out? Have you tried out the Royal? Any other CM Knife designs? I really, like to see what you guys have, and like to hear what you have to think. So that's all for today, guys. I really do appreciate it. I love every single one of you, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Have a great night. Peace.